have some pains up in here. I've got some growing pains going on up in here. I'm this close. Hi, Jeremy.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. First, I want to say congratulations on your sobriety.
Thank you very much.
And on you have a recovery center in Santa Ana, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, they've actually moved to the headquarters to Anaheim.
Okay.
And they have kind of franchised the program out to existing medical centers all over the country now. So it's actually become more available all over the country. They can actually, I mean, not a shameless plug, but you can check it out at, I think it's beataddiction.com. But it has a listing of all the doctors and stuff, because I get calls, I get Facebooked a lot with people asking me, where do I find this? How do I find it? You know.
Because a lot of people struggle. I just lost a friend to alcoholism, and nobody, well, I didn't know it was the way it was, because it's a disease that you can hide behind.
You absolutely can hide behind it, and except for my closest family who saw me at my worst, which was always at home, no one knew. I mean, people suspected, but no one knew how bad it really was.
Functioning alcoholic.
Well, especially in this business, you know, you keep up the persona no matter what, and you got to keep your poise, and that's why it was weird, because no matter how much I drank, as long as we were in public, I was fine.
Yeah, and then they're giving it to you. You got the champagne, you got all these things going around, and then to be so young, I saw that you said you started drinking alcohol at 4 years?
About 4 years old. My grandparents were, you know, typical 70s drinkers, normal, you know, had beer at their parties and stuff, and I would go around and clean up all the beers afterwards and finish off the last couple of sips of every beer until I got dizzy and would go lay down in Grandpa's chair. So even at that age, I didn't have an off switch.
But you found the switch. You turned it off.
I did. You know, I had the implant. It was a medical procedure, but it was what I needed. I couldn't get past the cravings. You know, that was for me the hard part. I wanted to quit. I was desperate. I mean, it was life or death. So getting past the cravings, having something that actually stopped that for me was like a godsend. It really was. And then all of a sudden I was able to focus on real recovery and go to meetings and do different stuff like that and have it actually make sense and stick with me.
And you said that. Tell us about the implant, because this was a little controversial, wasn't it?
The implant is a little controversial. It's actually using a medication that has been around for, you know, almost 70 years now. It's available in shot form. The military's actually used it for years in its shot form to treat, you know, soldiers suffering from alcoholism. This company developed a implant that was time-released, biodegradable, and that just gave you, because the problem with the shot, although it works great, it's only a month-long shot, so you got to go back for it every time. As an alcoholic, that means you have to make the choice to go back for it every time. And if you've already made the choice in your head that when this wears off, I'm drinking, you're not going back for a second one. But if it's implanted, which is what I needed, because I know with the shots, I wouldn't have gone by, I'd have done 3 maybe. With this, it lasted 6 months to a year, and I didn't have to worry about it. It was just there. The cravings were just like non-existent for that time. And then by the time it wore off, I didn't want to drink. You know, I had worked program, I had done all sorts of recovery tools, and I use them in my daily life today to stay sober.
And with that soberness, what are you working on now? Any projects coming up?
I actually am working on...
Is that a good segue?
That was awesome. I love it. I'm working on a new show called Third Eye. It's a paranormal drama. I play a kind of fallen from grace psychic medium whose wife was murdered. It's a very dramatic piece. It's going to be very different from what everybody's used to seeing me do. We're in talks right now with 3 or 4 of the major streaming platforms, and we'll see who picks it up.
Well, you look great. Now, we're here tonight for the Real to Real 4th Annual LGBTQ Community presentation. How important is this event tonight?
It's incredibly important. I mean, it's something that has to be recognized, especially in today's political climate, in today's social climate, the way things are, unfortunately. Showing your support for that and showing your love for other human beings couldn't be more important.
Tell us your website and social media handle, how they can follow you.
You can follow me on Jeremy James Miller on Instagram and Mr. Jeremy James Miller on Facebook.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you. Hi, this is Jeremy Miller from Growing Pains, and you're watching the Cosandra Calloway Show.